Anti-monopoly is not a good translation. Then what is market manipulation in China?
Well, I mean, market manipulation can be done for good things. It can be done for bad things. It can be done, it can be a bunch of companies getting together and setting prices, which is a bad thing necessarily, or trying to force other smaller players out of the market. In the United States, for example, we've had a number of companies convicted of anti-monopoly or antitrust law. Very famous ones: Microsoft, Standard Oil of Indiana, and other companies have notably been convicted of this. Now, but there are good reasons to have administrative or market manipulation for the safety of the masses. Could be.
Can you think of one situation in China where it would be a good thing?
Sure. I think railways, I think road constructions or road maintenance could be a good thing. Natural resources, obviously very important for China and Chinese people. Well, every country has a limited amount of natural resources. Every country has to protect its inhabitants, and every country has to make it safe for people to pass from one place to another. So these types of things, I'm not saying these in particular, but I would guess that these types of things are going to be subjected to monopolistic activities, even beyond this anti-monopoly law. Mm-hmm. The problem that we have as practitioners in this country is trying to understand what exactly we need to file, and that's what the European Union was talking, or more the American Chamber was talking about. What's the time frame if it goes through a bunch of checks and balances to pass security checks? Is it going to be 30 days? Is it going to be 3 months? And why should everyone be subject to that? So I understand their fear and trepidation, even though, the truth be told, only 5% of all merger and acquisition work was done by foreign interests in 2004. Only 11% of all merger and acquisition interests were done by foreigners in last year. And so really 89% still make up the largest majority, which is local mergers and acquisitions. So I think this idea that foreigners are going to somehow come in and do something bad is not the main point of this law.
I'm going to pick you up on the time frame issue, because in our short take video before this, you saw the comments from the Chambers of Commerce, very muted, positive, trying to stay positive. Just why, we just stay on, why they would be anxious about this?
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously, this is a way in which lawyers and businesses are going to be making money and make through regulations, through interpreting these types of things, and I understand that. But the truth be told, and we're in a civil law jurisdiction, not a common law jurisdiction. The rule is actually going to be, it's been passed today, it's going to be implemented on August 1st of 2008. It's going to be another 6 months before implementing rules and regulations, so we as professionals or as businesses or whatever come out and really understand how this is all going to happen. And I'll tell you the truth, I think that it will continue to change, like it does in many countries. After 9/11, for example, there were national security checks put in the United States, and all kinds of laws on protectionism and all those types of things in view of the so-called terrorist threat. And so this may continue to change for China as well. And it's not a bad thing. It's actually a good thing. It should be fluid. It should be loose, like a loose garment, not a tight, constricting thing.
If concepts and definitions are too loose, then they're open to too many interpretations. I think that's why they're worried.
Absolutely. No, I mean, and that's one thing. When you take a look at the laws and regulations as they're written here, they're several pages long, not many pages long. If you look at the laws and regulations in the United States, they're incredibly long, incredibly detailed. There's problems with both types of things. I think what this has done is it's put a mark in the sand, and it's said, we are moving from a planned economy to a market economy, and we have to take steps to do this like other countries do. And it's taken them 13 years. It's longer actually even than the bankruptcy laws took to put into place. But I think all these type of reforms have been well thought out. I think people are moving in the right direction.
You think the time is right?
Yeah, I do. Okay. And it's going to take a long time to develop, and it's going to be developing over a long period of time, just like it has in other countries.
All right. Okay. Well, thank you very much for joining us, Mr. Lehman.
Pleasure's all mine.
Very useful insights.
Thanks very much.
Okay, that was Mr. Edward Lehman, attorney at the Beijing-based Lehman, Lee & Xu legal firm. You're watching BizChina on CCTV International. More news just ahead, so do stay with us.
Thousands of years ago, the ancient Chinese discovered that certain cocoons yielded a thread that could be woven into fabric of rare richness. The first silk was produced. With time,